Hey folks, it's Sandy here. Today I'm going to give you some garden tips and some things that you must haves to help you have a successful garden and make things just a little bit easier on you. Okay, so we all know that we're going to need soil, okay? Whether you buy some topsoil to top off your garden beds, you want to make sure that your soil is clean from rocks, debris, branches, weeds, stuff like that. You're going to need some seeds or starts. Nothing wrong with buying starts, plants already started, but for me, I find them very expensive. But they're a great way to start out gardening when you're just starting out and help you build the confidence to go over to doing all seed. And that's where I am. This is my fourth year in a row doing this. And last year everything was from seed, and this year again. So I'm proud of myself now. You're going to need a good pair of garden gloves, especially if you don't want to get your manicures dirty. I tend to not get manicures in garden season. I find it hard to work with gloves. So this year I'm going to try. But you are going to need them if you're using any kind of garden shovels or rakes or things like that. You don't want to get blisters. You're going to need a watering can and a good hose. Something with a fine mist on the end of the hose, like a nozzle, so that you can mist the seeds when you first plant them, because you don't want to saturate and overkill the seeds. Fertilizer, you can use compost, you can buy something synthetic, you can, whatever you want to use. Personally, my favorite is Miracle-Gro organic fertilizer. And I usually buy the kind that you mix with water. But this year I bought the kind that I can just sprinkle, as I think it's going to be easier for me. It's going to cut down on my water usage, and it's also going to just be easier on my body. I'm not going to have to lug around big gallon jugs or whatever. And it's very time consuming doing it the other way. So you're going to need some kind of fertilizer. So you might want to do some research and find out what works best for you and in your area. And also at Lowe's, Home Depot, they have these little things that will test your soil for acidity. So, and different nutrients like that in the soil. So those are handy to have. I'm going to get myself one this year. Hand tools, you're going to need a hand shovel, a hand rake, and anything that will help you with the soil. Go to the Dollar Tree. You might surprise yourself. You can get good garden gloves there, and you can get the nice foam pads to kneel down on if you're like me and your knees are starting to ache a little bit. Those are great to have. You also can get some things at the Dollar Tree. I don't know about the cages, but I know that you can get things to use for stakes and trellises. Tomato cages. You're probably going to have to purchase those, but I would say check your no purchase free stuff Facebook groups. In your area, you might be able to put out a post that you're in search of, whatever, and you might be able to get some things that way. But stakes and trellises are great for things need to be staked up, tomatoes need to be caged, and anything that climbs needs to have a trellis. And the reason is, if it has a trellis and it has the right support and care, it will grow better. Think of these as your little babies. You want to coddle them. You don't want them falling. You want them to stand up straight, So you've got to baby them a little bit and make sure they have good posture. Okay? Make sure that you have a lightweight hose that works. I have a very heavy hose. It is the heaviest rubber I've ever I never used a hose like this in my life, and I am dumping it. I have a lightweight one that is much easier and more practical for me. You're also going to need a calendar or a notebook or some kind of system. And I suggest you do it on paper and pen. You just never know. Computers and things, they're okay, but if they break or something, then you're stuck. But write down what you're going to plant or what you did plant, how many and where and when. Okay? So the date, what you planted, and how many. And if you want to put another little line in there, like where you planted them, that's always a good thing to do. And the last but not least, this is my favorite tip of all. Go out and treat yourself to a farmer's almanac. Okay, this was a joke Christmas gift I got. This thing is like my garden Bible. I absolutely love it. There's tips, tricks, strategies, ideas, jokes, stories, weather reports. There's everything in here that will help you have a very successful garden this year. So even if you have to borrow one from someone, maybe you could photocopy some pages or get it from the library, photocopy some pages of it. If you have a printer, you might be able to go to their website and print out what you need, but I strongly suggest you have a hard copy for yourself. Doing things online is great, but nothing beats sitting, opening a book, and going through it. And you can go through it a million times if you have to, okay? It's yours. Once you have it, you always have it. So this is mine for the end of the year. I'm hoping I get one next year as another joke Christmas gift, right? So those were my garden must-have tips for today. And as I speak, I'm going to get a water bottle, put my sunglasses on, and I have to go plant some carrot seeds. So leave me a comment below. Let me know if you're starting a garden this year, if you're using seeds or starts, and give me a thumbs up. And I hope that if you are not yet part of my community, you will hit that subscribe button and join us on our frugal journey. I hope you have a great day, everyone. God bless you.